Well, Mark 9:49, Jesus now starts talking about salt. Everyone will be salted with fire. Salt is good, but if it loses its saltiness, it's useless and it's only good to be thrown into the fire. Have salt in yourself and be at peace with each other. This comes at the end of that section where he talks about his death. The disciples argue about who is the greatest, and they try to stop people who are not in their band from preaching the gospel. And Jesus takes them to task on these things and talks about sin and rooting it out. And now he concludes with this little section about salt. Salt in the Bible has got a high position. Clearly it checks decay, it adds flavour. Salt was used in sacrifices on the altar, the meat rubbed in salt. Salt covenants, promises kept in salt, preserved. And we are to be the salt of the earth. You are the salt of the earth. Have salt in yourselves. Everyone will be seasoned with fire, salted with fire. We go through trials and difficulties, and you need to keep on being salty, to be pure, to be preserved, to be free from sin. And the salt that needs to be rubbed into us is that salt of holiness, that work of the Holy Spirit. Have salt in yourselves and be at peace with each other, checking decay, cutting off sin, rubbing in the salt, the preservative, and that is the Holy Spirit again at work within you and I. And to be salt, to check decay within a church, within families, within societies, to shine for Jesus, but to be salt for Jesus, to be kept by the power of God, and to be helping to preserve society around and about us, to check decay, to be what we ought to be. You are the salt of the earth. And if we lose our saltiness, what use are we? We're just religious bodies, useless, worse than useless, only good to be thrown into the fire, to be religious without reality. What a terrible thing that is. Oh, have salt in yourselves and be at peace with each other.